Hello boys and girls, I am SidAlpha, and this is not a normal review video or discussion video for those of you who are new to the channel. This is something I try to do once a week, although I may be extending that possibly to once every other week or once a month, depending on how things go. Because quite frankly, there's just not enough new stuff that happens to me in any given week. I spend so much time at work that I don't have time to get out there and cause any trouble or to really play a wide range of video games like I want. I mean, I do play all of the video games that I review, of course, but aside from that, there's very little that I play. Very little time I actually have to play games for pleasure, except for, on weekends I might have some time. So this is more just my rambling series where I just sit down, I start talking for a while, I ramble on for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes or however long I manage to go, and I thank of course my Patreon subscribers and talk about everything in general. So lots of new videos have been coming out. The channel has been doing really well. I'm really happy with how things have been going. We've even had some interesting discussions about Star Citizen and VR and everything like that. So that's been really great, and I love being able to do videos, especially the most recent Star Citizen video and the VR hardware exclusivity video that I did. I love being able to talk like that and be able to get into a topic like that, as opposed to just a video game, and discuss the implications of either side and things of that nature, and what it means to you, the consumer, and how something like that could be good or bad for you, and all that stuff. That's stuff that I really love being able to sink my teeth into. As you can see from that video, I ate it up. I did. In addition to that, we've got quite a few reviews that have been coming out. Unfortunately, not so many reviews on games that I actually be willing to recommend. However, there are some coming down the pipe that I have sent out requests for review code for. We'll see what happens, and if we can get our hands on some of them. Plus, we got some other AAA titles that are going to be coming out here, I believe early July. We've got some interesting video games coming out, and I will be covering a lot of those. It's been a little bit light this week because I've been extremely cash tight, and I've been reserving my Patreon funds strictly for the channel, and I'm not going to spend it on anything else but the channel. So that means that I'm down to basically nothing in the pocketbook. I've got $3 to my name and enough gas to carry me through until I get paid, which is tomorrow. So there's that. I had to be very, very careful about that. But so that, I do pay for a lot of my video games still that I review on the channel, and that gets expensive really fast. It really does, especially when you're reviewing 2, 3, 4, 5 titles a week. It costs a lot of money, even when it's indie titles. Even if it's a $7 title, 10, 15, when you're doing 4 or 5 of those in a 1 week period of time, that comes out to a lot of money. And then throw in a AAA title on top of that, and you're breaking the piggy bank. But it's something that I love doing, and I'm going to continue to do it, so there's no reason for me to complain about it, because I'm going to do it regardless. I am. So the channel has been doing really well. It has. I've been shooting for a goal on average of 3 subscribers per day. I've been getting somewhere between 4 and 7 a day, which is fantastic. I'm really happy with that. At this current rate, it's kind of possible that we might end up hitting 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. God, I hope so. I really do hope so. If we do get to that point, I will of course have a end of year 2,000 sub giveaway contest, and we'll go into that closer to the end of the year when I find out if it's going to happen or not. I'll probably still do an end of year giveaway, but if I hit 2,000 subs, it's going to be a big giveaway. It's going to be lots of stuff. I plan on there being like a dozen or more prizes. And not little $5 things. No, bigger stuff. Yeah, like I'll be giving out. There's a potential that I might be able to give out a new Xbox Slim or something like that as a grand prize or something. So definitely something there to be had. So, but we'll see. You got to get me to 2,000 subs first, otherwise you might get a game or 2 out of me. That's about it. But I'll go whole hog if you get me up to 2,000 subscribers. Oh, damn. That would be so fantastic. Thank you guys, anyways, by the way, for getting me to the subscriber count that I have so far. That's been amazing. And I was actually reflecting on this when I was driving home, because I'm not sure if you guys are aware or not, I do work a full-time job, more than a full-time job, and it's a 1 hour drive to get to work and from work back to home. And so I have a lot of time to sit there and to think and to, you know, listen to YouTube videos and listen to music and things like that. But I was ruminating, I was contemplating my channel. And there's a lot of things I want to do on my channel, but some of the things I think I might have to hold off until I'm a little bit larger. One thing is I wanted to start a podcast, you know, something very, very similar to It Me JP's Drop Frames and Total Biscuit's co-optional podcast where he does it with Jesse Cox and Dodger Lee. Now, the reason being is because I wanted to be able to find some dynamic personalities to be able to bring on, and someone, you know, because my personality can be a little bit dry, and sometimes it can be. In my videos, a lot of the time it is, but that's because, you know, I'm trying to be professional to a certain extent. Every once in a while I will crack a joke, which is fine. But I wanted a more diverse point of view to be able to discuss video games and things like that as a platform, and maybe be able to do those on a Twitch stream and stuff like that, and be that like my grand entrance to Twitch as a Twitch content provider. Not just being on other people's Twitch streams, which is fantastic. I don't mind that in the least, and I plan on continuing that as long as they can put up with me. But I did have things lined up with a couple of ladies to where we were planning on doing a podcast. Unfortunately, they just fell off the face of the damn planet. And I don't know why, because we got along really well. And, you know, I was blowing up and they were starting to increase in following. Maybe they ended up blowing up and just vastly surpassing me. It could happen. It's a thing. You know, because I know I'm not blowing up on YouTube. I know I'm not going to. It's one of those things where if I become successful, it's going to be long, drawn out, and hard earned. But, you know, it's one of those things where we had it lined up and we were working on a format and we were having weekly discussions on this and for about a couple of months, and then they started missing a couple of discussions right when we were getting really close. I was starting to get channel art and backgrounds and everything designed, and then they just disappeared. Which is fine. I don't blame them at all for whatever reasons. I'm sure they had them. But that's something that I do still want to do, and I want to be able to do that. And the problem is, I'm not sure I want to do that right now with my current numbers, because I started thinking about this and going back through, and you know, I'm looking at all these smaller channels, you know, that were where I was in January, you know, around the 100 to 120 subscriber range, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know, it's one of those odd things where your perception changes and your way of looking at things changes, and that's bound to happen. Now, I will, of course, always maintain my channel as something that defends consumer rights and protects consumers, and that's what my channel is based on. That will never change. I tried to do something a little bit different that a lot of YouTubers have been doing, and it was, I have to say, probably 2/3 of my subscribers that saw the video were not happy with me for doing that. Were not. I had a lot of people actually unsubscribe because of that video. And so, of course, I apologized for it, and I even apologized to the guy I was roasting. He thought it was hilarious as hell. He actually subscribed to my channel. That's what a classy duty is. But it made me realize that I was being myself this whole time, and that's what you guys have been resonating to, and changing that, trying to change that formula, that style, that method of me doing things, being professional and looking out for you guys, changing that format is not something that I should be doing. You know, everyone came to this channel. A lot of you came, you know, as a few people said in comments, it came for the digital homicide and stayed for the SidAlpha, which I really do appreciate, by the way. I thought that was brilliant. But it's one of those things where, yeah, I have a responsibility now. I have a responsibility to my channel and to my viewership, and it's not something that I can dismiss and expect to maintain any form of integrity and be seen as someone who has integrity on YouTube, which is something that I do aspire towards. But it's one of those things now where I'm looking at smaller channels who are where I was before all of this started happening, And I'm like, I want to do a podcast, but I know it's going to be ending up doing it with people whose subscriber bases are so much smaller than mine. And it's just not a draw for my channel. And it's one of those things where if they have no viewer bases to be able to bring in, then there's probably not going to be very many people watching the podcast. And at that point, time versus benefit kind of thing factors in a little bit, which of course it's going to happen. I started out as a hobbyist, and now it's actually turning into an actual channel. And if things keep going at this rate, in a year or two, I could be full-time. I could be. And that's something where I have to start looking out for my channel. And so it's one of those things where I do want to do a podcast, but it's probably not going to be until I get closer to that 2,000 sub mark, and probably not until I can find some other YouTubers or Twitch streamers who have similar fan base numbers. So unfortunately, that is just the way of things. So I really, really, really want to do it, but it's going to have to wait. It's just going to have to wait. That's all there is to it. In the meantime, we'll just keep on keeping on doing reviews and doing discussions like with the VR hardware and the Star System subscriber cancellation video and things of that nature. I love doing stuff like that, to where I get to have an open discussion to where you guys have a chance to respond. And yes, I do still read all those comments. And in addition to all of that, I still have my streams that I do over at AP Gaming Reels channel with Winter's Edge, which is, a fantastic cast, fantastic group of people, and I have a blast doing it. And so if any of you have not had a chance to come check it out, please do so. At least stop by, say hello in the chat. I'll be there. I'm always looking at the chat, so if I see you say hi, I'll definitely be sure to say hi back. And, hang out, check out the show, help support AP's channel, help him grow, because he's a brilliant GM. He does a fantastic job, and every once in a while, just like me, you might need a little help every once in a while. I think we all need a little help every once in a while, all of us, especially me, because let's face it, I'm hopeless. In addition to that, no new growth to speak of on the Patreon channel, so that's not helping me get any closer to being able to go full-time, unfortunately. We do still have Cyber Slacker, Ralph, and Lich Smash donating on the channel. These guys haven't changed, and thank you guys so much. You are gentlemen and scholar, and in every shape and definition of the term, and thank you so much. Cyber Slacker, of course, I know in real life. He is a very good guy. He is a fellow YouTuber. He does Destiny Twitch streams, and he's actually going to be getting married soon. And I get to go to his wedding, and that's going to be awesome. And I'm really looking forward to that. In addition, we have Ralph, who's donating $2 a month. Lich Smash, of course, being the heavyweight champion of the world, donating $25 a month to the channel. Which all of that, even though I'm in dire straits financially right now, everything else, I'm leaving that money untouched. That's going to be strictly for the channel. I'm earmarking that money for the professionally designed music for the channel, and then we'll start moving on towards art and everything like that. Durgis123, unfortunately, buddy, you did pledge $10, so that's declined. That's still showing up on my list somehow, so don't know what happened there. Thank you for the thought, though. I do appreciate it. It's probably going to be the last time I mention your name, though, because, frankly, you haven't actually donated anything, so you don't get any honorable mentions. If you guys do feel like you want to help support my channel even more than you already have and being your wonderful, awesome selves and watching my videos, you can go to patreon.com/SidAlpha, and you can pledge whatever you want. We do have prizes and everything like that there. Prizes and all sorts of different things. You also have the ability, if you donate enough, to be able to ask me a question that I have to answer on videos like this, as long as it's not nothing sexual, guys. Okay, try and keep it clean, please. And aside from that, please do stop by Saturday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern, over at twitch.tv/APGamingReel. There will be a link to it down in the description below. Please do feel free to stop by, hang out, chat. There's some really cool people in chat. I've talked with quite a few of them. Awesome people, awesome game, just a general awesome way to spend the evening. So thanks again, boys and girls. Oh my god, it's a long one. Alright, so yeah, I've been talking for almost 15 minutes, so I'm going to get the hell out of here because I have a review to do, because tonight's going to be a double feature. Alright, so once again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I am SidAlpha, and I will see you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to use those like and dislike buttons down at the bottom in order to express either a job well done or your extreme displeasure, whichever the case may be. And if you are so inclined to hit that like button, please do exercise your right as a gamer of quality and taste to click the subscribe and share buttons. Also, I do have links for my Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon accounts if you're so inclined to support my channel even further down in the descriptions down below. The Patreon subscriptions do come with rewards and prizes, so please don't forget to give that a look at least. More reviews are on your panel to the left, and discussions and PC gaming news updates are usually in the panel to the right. Please feel free to keep watching, and thank you again for watching my channel.